Hey guys. So we are going to finish reading our book from yesterday as we are thinking about elections. Okay, so you want to be president. So again, as we focus on elections, we have our target right here. We know that we can explain what it means to vote, right? You pick something or someone, and we know it is a right for American citizens to vote, as well as a responsibility for American citizens to vote. All right, so our goal is that by next Tuesday, just in time for Election Day, that we will be able to compare candidates or choices and vote for who or what. I'll add that there. See, even I make mistakes. Or who or what I think is the best candidate or choice. All right. So again, so you want to be president. You guys enjoyed this yesterday. This was a book that I read as a kid. Okay. Let's see some more. You probably weren't born in a log cabin. That's too bad. People are crazy about log cabin presidents. They elected 8. William Harrison was born in a big Virginia mansion, though he won the election with a log cabin and hard cider slogan. If you want to be president, your size doesn't matter. Presidents have come in all shapes and sizes. Abraham Lincoln was the tallest, 6 feet 4 inches, and his stovepipe hat made him look even taller. James Madison was the smallest, 5 feet 4 inches, and only 100 pounds. William Howard Taft was the biggest, more than 300 pounds. He was so big, he had a special tub built for him in his White House bathroom. Up to 4 men could fit in the tub. Maybe Taft's problem was that presidents can order any food they want. Andrew Johnson once served his guests turtle soup, oysters, fish, beef, turkey, mutton chops, chicken, mushrooms, string beans, partridges, duck, pudding, jellies, and lots of wine. All at one dinner. Oh my goodness. Though the Constitution says you have to wait until you're 35, young and old and in between have become president. Theodore Roosevelt at 42 was the youngest. He had pillow fights with his children and played football on the White House lawn. You must always remember that the president is about 6, a friend said. Ronald Reagan was the oldest. When he first ran for president, he was 69. He joked that it was his 30th anniversary of his 39th birthday. Some presidents joked, and some presidents didn't. Presidents' personalities have all been different. William McKinley was so nice that he tried to stop a mob from attacking the man who had just shot him. Oh my goodness. Benjamin Harrison was so cold that one senator said talking to Harrison was like talking to a hitching post. Calvin Coolidge was so shy and quiet that a dinner guest once made a bet that she could get him to say more than 2 words. You lose, he told her. That was the 2 words. Andrew Jackson certainly wasn't shy. When he ran for president, his opponents printed a list of his duels, fights, shootings, and brawls. There were 14 in all. Oh my goodness. So yeah, you did not want to mess with Andrew Jackson, right? Don't worry about your looks. Abraham Lincoln was a homely man, but he was one of our best presidents. Someone once called Lincoln two-faced, and he said, if I am two-faced, why would I wear the face that I have now? Warren Harding was a handsome man, but he was one of our worst presidents. He gave jobs to a lot of his friends that did not deserve it. I am not fit for this office, and I never should have been here, he admitted. Oh my goodness, could you imagine? Do you have pesky brothers and sisters? Every one of our presidents did. Benjamin Harrison takes the prize. He had 11. James Polk and James Buchanan both had 9. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and John Kennedy each had 8. As president, a president in your family tree is a plus. John Quincy Adams was John Adams' son. Theodore Roosevelt and Franklin Roosevelt were 5th cousins. Benjamin Harrison was William Harrison's grandson. James Madison and Zachary Taylor were 2nd cousins. And now this book is older, so it doesn't have it in here, but George H.W. Bush was president. Then there was another president, and then his son, George W. Bush, became president. So there was one Bush, another president, Bill Clinton, and then another Bush, father and son as presidents. Some presidents threw money around, and some were penny pinchers. Penny pinchers. What does that mean? So let's read this. Some presidents threw money around, and some were penny pinchers. Okay, so it's making me think that they're saying that some are one way and then some are the opposite. So throwing money around means like you don't care about saving money. You're like, oh, whatever, buy it all, buy everything. But we think penny pinchers must be the opposite. So maybe that means that you're cheap or you don't like to spend money. James Monroe ordered French silverware, china, candlesticks, chandeliers, clocks, mirrors, vases, rugs, draperies, and furniture for the White House. William Harrison, on the other hand, was very thrifty. He walked to the market every morning with a basket over his arm. He's president, even he walked to the market. Do you have a pet? All kinds of pets have lived in the White House, mostly dogs. Herbert Hoover had 3 dogs, Piney, Snowflake, and Tut. Franklin Roosevelt's dog, Fala, was almost as famous as his owner. George Bush's dog wrote Millie's book, Adventures of a White House Dog, as reported to Mrs. Bush, the First Lady. Ulysses Grant had horses. Benjamin Harrison's goat pulled his grandchildren around in a car. Oh, imagine that. That cracks me up every time. The Coolidges had a pet raccoon. Jimmy Carter and Bill Clinton preferred cats. Theodore Roosevelt's children didn't have pets. They ran a zoo. They had dogs, cats, guinea pigs, snakes, mice, rats, badgers, raccoons, parrots, and a Shetland pony called Algonquin. Sometimes names are really hard to say because they don't always follow the same phonics patterns as everything else. Algonquin. To cheer up his sick brother, young Quinton once took Algonquin upstairs in the White House elevator. A horse was once in the White House elevator. I've never been in the White House elevator, but a horse has. Crazy talk. All right, we're going to skip a little bit. Almost any job can lead to the White House. Presidents have been lawyers, teachers. Miss Hazel in 2030, maybe? Farmers, sailors, engineers, surveyors, mayors, governors, congressmen, senators, and ambassadors. Harry Truman owned a men's shop. Andrew Johnson was a tailor. And Ronald Reagan was a movie actor before he was president. All right, let's see. Every president was different from every other. And no woman has been president yet. Now, like I said, this is an old book, so it says no person of color has been president. But we know that that changed, right? With Barack Obama. But if you care enough, anything is possible, no matter who you are. Almost 200 years passed before the first woman, Geraldine Ferraro, ran for president. We saw Hillary Clinton almost won the presidential election a few years ago. Right? It's said that people who run for president have big heads. It's said that people who run for president are greedy. They just want power, they just want fame. But being president can be wanting to serve your country, and should be wanting to serve your country. Like George Washington, who left his home to lead the country that he loved even more. It can be looking towards the future, like Thomas Jefferson, who bought the Louisiana Territory and then sent Lewis and Clark to find a route to the Pacific, and they did. It can be wanting to turn lives around, like Franklin Roosevelt, who provided soup and bread for the hungry, jobs for the jobless, and funds for elderly people to live on. It can be wanting to make the world a better place, like John Kennedy, who sent Peace Corps volunteers around the globe to help and teach others. Every single president has taken the oath that I solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. The bottom line: tall, short, fat, thin, talkative, quiet, vain, humble, lawyer, teacher, or soldier, this is what most of our presidents have tried to do in their own way. Some have succeeded, some have not. If you want to be a president, a good president, pattern yourself after the best. Our best have asked more of themselves than they thought they could give. They have had the courage, spirit, and will to do what they knew was right. And most of all, their first priority has always been the people and the country that they served. All right. So after all of that, what I want to know, would you want to be president? All right, so you're going to go to the seesaw activity. It's on this lesson here, or we know that we could always find it on Seesaw by going to the social studies page. And you're going to tell us, would you want to be president? Why or why not? You can use any tool that you would like to tell us about it. All right. I can't wait to hear.